So today we're going to do two jobs. We're going to spread manure. We've got a New Holland 195 back here. We've already spread 3.5 loads of horse manure. Got a little bit more of that to do. Then we'll spread all the cow manure. And then today we're going to try out our new VT. We've got a Great Plains TM1200 that we're going to try out. Mike's in there greasing the tractor. Will's hooking up the trailer to bring the skidder over to the other farm. So let's get moving. Load up. Had to load Dally the Wonder Dog. It's nice having doors big enough to fit the big equipment now. Fuel up the tractor. I've got about 3/4 of the tank. 4 miles from here. So. For those of you that don't know about farm fuel, we run red fuel in our tractors, which most farmers do. Because we're using it for ag, there's a tax exemption, so the fuel's a little bit cheaper. So we keep 3 types of fuel here on the farm. We keep gas, road diesel, and off-road diesel. So our tractors and backhoes and skid steers and things like that run off of off-road, and we have them all labeled here. We have off-road and on-road, and down there's our gas tank. When we're 15 miles from the nearest fuel station, we sort of have to keep it here in order to keep things fueled up and running. All right, Dally, load up, load up. All right, now let's go ahead and we'll pull up and hook up our VT. So we're loading manure. As you can see, there's our pile out there. We've kind of been working it up a little bit. Manure spreader's coming back in. We'll load him up. I think we're on the third or fourth at this point. Alright, that air conditioning doesn't work real good. Come on, load out, Dally Dog. We spread out seed on about on our 11-acre calving pasture using our John Deere 6155. You can see that, and then we borrowed a spreader from our friends at FS and spread out. We used some AMS, which is just some nitrogen, along with our seed as a carrier. And Will is out in the pasture now. He's out in this calving pasture rolling it. So today, when we finish up this pasture here, we're going to go over, and we leased a little 6-acre pasture off of a friend of ours, who I think he heavy disc gunner, so it's really rough. So we're going to put this new vertical tillage, this Turbo Max 1200 that we just bought brand new. We're going to take it over and we're going to go through this field. We're going to start out pretty aggressive to cut up all the vegetation that's in there. It's just grass. And then also cut up a lot of the clods and bust them up, and then we'll go through with a much less aggressive pass and kind of do a final prep on the seed bed. I'm going to show you this VT, this Turbo Max 1200. Really nice machine. So far, I really like it. I've only run it on about 11 acres, but so far it's pretty nice. So some people have asked why we picked up this VT machine, this TM1200. Well, we're trying to step our game up in the hay. We're going to try to start producing some really nice quality hay. We're going to be doing some fertilizer tests with a liquid fertilizer company. We're going to do an AB on about 40 acres. And anyway, we've seen some guys in Texas and some guys out west that use these as pasture renovation tools. So that's what we've decided to do, is step up, renovate a lot of our pasture. So not only will it open up the ground a little bit, aerate a little bit, and give the grass a little bit more of a punch in the spring, but also it levels up our field ground so we can run faster, harvest faster, so we can get the hay perfect and get it in and get it out of the fields faster than we have in the past. So what do I like about this machine? Well, I like the fact that we can adjust the gang. So we can adjust how far this sits front to back with a hydraulic. We can adjust the gang angle. You can see over here where we can adjust our gang angle anywhere between 0 and 6 degrees. So get less aggressive where we're just slitting the soil open and letting air in, or get aggressive down to 6 degrees where we're actually turning dirt over. And then the last hydraulic is basically transport position. But I like that this thing's really heavy built. You can see we've got dual tires on both sides. Makes it run down the road really nice, even though as a 12-foot machine, it really runs almost 14 feet wide by the time you look at the width of these rollers sticking out the back end. So So overall, I'm pretty impressed with the VT here. It seems to do a good job leveling out the fields. We've run it over a couple of fields shortly after they've been mowed. So we'll sort of see how it does for pasture regeneration or pasture rejuvenation. We're getting ready to also rip up ground completely all the way through vegetation down to dirt. So, you know, we're going to put this thing through a lot more tests, but overall, pretty pleased. So if you like what we're doing and you want to see more equipment reviews and more about how we run our operation and what we're trying to accomplish with this farm, follow us on Facebook, watch our videos, share them with your friends, and have a blessed day.